Wie geht's? Maldita, ich bin Dieter. So here, this guitar, my nylon Arton Lutherie with a nice cedar, western cedar top. Cherry back and sides. Has got the pickup in it that everybody raves about, the K&K Mini. Now what I like about the K&K Mini, you can hear it here, it's passive, so it's fine. You don't need, it's easy to gig and go. But what I don't like about it, this is the pickup that everybody loves so much, is on first playing, so here we go. I don't know if you can hear it. It's a good little pickup for what it is, but people make the mistake because people like to think, and I have no dog in this fight, that they got it. It's got to be great. What I don't like about the K&K Mini, what I like about it, it sounds decent, okay, and there's no battery, so it's good for gigging and stuff like that. But it does not, and I have this pickup, and I have other pickups, so I will choose to disagree with all of those of you who say that you have this pickup and it's the most natural sounding, best sounding pickup you've ever had. Then I think you need your ears cleaned, because it sounds muddy and dark on the bass strings, and it sounds generic to me. I've like Boucher. I have a Boucher. Boucher is a stellar sounding guitar. Every Boucher sounds different, but I've heard 2 or 3 Bouchers with a K&K in it, and they sound the same, plugged in. So, yeah, disagree with you there. And I only speak from experience I've had, so I'm not making this up. So, what you do need, if you have a K&K Mini and you want to get the most out of it, you do need a good preamp like a Baggs DI or something like that to get the most out of it, but it still sounds a bit muddy, and it's because it's sensors that are in there. You can even hear when you tap, it has kind of a dullish thud to it, not a crisp thing. So my other videos where I compare acoustic pickups, all you have to do is bear in mind this: they're all decent, and most of us play at a level where it's not going to be a deal breaker, okay? So if you want something that's passive, sounds decent, okay? 9 out of 10 people aren't going to know the difference, but you will if you record. But if you want something good for gigging, no hassles, gives you a decent reproduction, but sounds muddy, let's be honest, sounds muddy in the mid-range and the bass end, which you would have to tweak when you go to play out. Then get a K&K, which is a pressure-mounted pickup. If you want a more accurate sound to the guitar, the best thing, of course, which will give you lots of feedback, is an external condenser mic about 8 inches away from the sound hole. Next best thing I would say to that would be a Lyric, which is an internal condenser mic that's just a couple of millimeters off. Those have to be tweaked properly, and they do feedback at high volumes, but really good. I use those in combination with undersaddle piezo. Undersaddle piezo is fine. It will give you a brighter, I think a more accurate range than a K&K, and a better bass and mid-range response. You'll have that characteristic piezo, some call it quack sound, that I actually like. And then there's the sound hole pickups, which you can crank up, and like the LR Baggs passive MI, M1, and that's pretty good. It's a little dark, I would say. It's not as crisp as something like a microphone or a piezo. So if you want a crisp, my recommendation is if you want a crisper sound, which will highlight your mistakes and your poor technique, then you go with a lyric or a piezo. And if you want to mask your inadequacies, which we all have to some degree, if you want to mask your inadequacies a bit better, then go with the K&K and a sound hole pickup. And I honestly think that's why they're preferred by the average player, because a sound hole pickup and a plate pickup like a K&K is not as sensitive and will not pick up your minor errors nearly as accurately as an undersaddle piezo or a microphone. And that's Dita Sage advice. Dita saying, and happy plucking. Like, it sounds good, but if I put this next to my I-beam, Baggs I-beam, it will blow it away. And I'm not talking about the guitar, the pickup. Wiedersehen.